Okay, let's check on this little guy, see how he's going. He's definitely looking better. I gave it a bit of a clean out before, and you can probably see that his droppings are really starting to get some shape and volume to them, which is a really good sign. Before, they were just kind of like watery little drops. But see if I can bring him over here for a second. I'm trying to find something for him to sit on. I might just have to put a nest bowl in here, but you know, I'm pretty happy how he's definitely bouncing back, which is good. It might be a bit of a slow road to recovery, but he or she is looking pretty good. I have been giving him a fair bit of food too, and some liquid antibiotics that I've got, and also a little bit of electrolytes as well, because he did have that real running dropping. So I just gave him a bit of a help out and put some of that liquid electrolytes in there, because obviously he's losing quite a lot of he needs to hydrate himself. So it's it definitely seems to be working. He looks a lot happier than he was, and he's pretty lively now too. So we'll keep a very, very close eye on that. But we do have some other good news over here to go and have a look at. Everyone's walking around on the floor. Which is good to see. Everyone's out and about. So we finally got another egg over here. So 83 is sitting on it. We'll be expecting the second egg tomorrow. Given that that egg's still there somewhere. Oh yeah, it's still there, and it actually looks pretty good, that one too. Like nice and white. Looks like she's been getting plenty of calcium and stuff like that, which is it's always something to keep an eye on. You're a good boy, hey? Hey? He's very gentle, this big fella. He's not even that big, but he's a good boy. Nice and placid. His babies are very placid too, which is really good to see. You can see that not too much bothers him. Some of my other cockbirds I've got are just, they'll rip my hands off. But he's pretty happy just to have you in there like that, which is good to see. So second egg tomorrow, pretty happy about that. We're still waiting on eggs from these ones. These ones, they're going to be a little bit slower. Storm will be anyway, but that's nothing to worry about. I wouldn't think that these ones are too far off hatching. I did check them before, and sort of nothing's going on just yet. I did candle them, and they were fertile when I last looked, so it's definitely a good positive sign. And pretty much these two boxes here, the cocks are very similar way bred. They're both for Krugers, a little bit slightly different, but they are similar bred. So this one's a daughter of 83, and then this one's a sister of 83. So reasonably similar way bred. So be interesting to see how those ones throw out. There's one of the cocks there. This is looking good, isn't he? They're really starting to shape up too now. I was holding one of the other blue bar Krugers we've got that we haven't paired up or done anything with yet, and he's looking the same. He's looking real good. There's little Storm. She's she always looks good. I don't think too much bothers her. She's generally pretty healthy, this little hen. And then we've got a mother beside her, which is the old Storm girl. She's not that old anyway. She's 2018, I think. So she's still got plenty of go in her. And there's Apache. There's our street peckers. Just keeping an eye on his hen. That's his hen down there. He's pushing her, but I just don't know if she's going to lay just yet. I thought we would have got some eggs out of her, but hasn't really been the case. Well, he's definitely onto her anyway. Big King sitting tight. Hopefully, I think this will probably maybe the last round we do of this pair anyway. We'll just see how we go, but we're sort of, pushing it a bit as it is. And then there's those two big babies. They're going to be some really nice babies. I think they're a little bit bigger and more solid than what we've bred out of this pair just yet. And I would say these ones can't be too far off hatching either. We're going to get a couple rounds all out at the same time, I'd say. Just pushing back a bit. Doesn't look like anything's happening with those eggs. just yet, but I just haven't written down these ones when they were laid, so it's a bit hard to keep track of them, but I'm not too stressed. We're not really in too much of a hurry. But he's looking really good too. He's shaped up really well, and this is the first lot of babies out of this one, which is good to see. He's keeping a close eye on me. They all are. I think I got something for him. So I have a little bit of a peek in here. I've done a little bit of changes, and I've got the very, very young babies out at the moment in the main area, locked away from the other ones. And you've noticed I got this little section open, which is like where we trap them, where they enter. I only generally do this with the little babies like these ones because I just feel like they get more comfortable when they're young. They can go in here, explore. So when they start trapping them, it's easier. And I have had them up in that trapping box too, but I probably won't get them up there today. These ones are all pretty happy and healthy. The mealies are looking really good too this next round. Really nice to see that too. And we've got a few other little mixes all along here, which is good. We've got like I said, there's a few more to come into this section, so that won't take too long. And we've got all these birds in here. We've got, I think there should be enough for like 7 or 8 free perches at the moment, but generally this is open, so they've got all these perches. It's just that I'm giving these guys like an hour or so by themselves. But yeah, they're looking pretty good. We've got all sorts of mixes in here this year. Some older ones like that one, that's Titan's son. And who's this one over here? Oh yes, we may race her. We've got white face over there too. She's starting to molt out slowly. There's our 2 tiger grizzles there anyway. But that hen, white face, she's starting to show a lot more white on her, so it's going to be interesting. Done a little bit of rearranging over in here. Hey, wait, where you going? Come back here. I'll get you in a minute. He's a bit cheeky, that one. That's a little cheeky hen. Look at her. She probably thinks that she can do whatever she wants, but that's not the case. So what I've done is, so we've got these 2 pairs up here. Hopefully she'll lay shortly. They're on eggs. I've shut up the other 3 boxes. I have moved in this pair. Let's see if they'll go down into their box. So that's really, in theory, not their box. That was Shock's box, but well, their box was over here, so we moved them over here. I feel like the hen's super close to laying, so I thought if I'm going to let them lay one more round, I'm going to move them into this section. Like I said before, I want this section to be freed up, and it looks like they've taken to that box pretty well anyway. There's a bit of fighting going on over there because that box is the identical spot as that section they were in, you can see. Alright, back to your section, come on. Hot two. That's good, get you back over there. So, we're getting there. Pretty close to the end of breeding for what I want to utilise for my race team anyway. The only reason they're there is kind of like one more round and then we'll shut it off, and she's pretty much close to laying anyway. So I thought, you know, we'll just let those couple tick across over here, plus the other ones over there. And that gives us time for the Veenstra hen Rosetta to finish off with 007. And then we can kind of get a bit of a figure out what we're doing with the rest. Because eventually we'll, once breeding stop, we'll bring all either cocks or hens into this side. And then we'll put all, you know, the opposite sex over in the other one just to separate them, give them a bit of a break. And then we'll have one section free that we can utilise for the new birds that come in, and just trying to get it a little bit more organised. We don't have like a lot of sections. You behave yourself. That Kruger's been a bit cheeky. And it's getting really, really close to Christmas. We've only got, you know, probably under a week before Christmas now. And the days are hot. Like even now I'm just sweating like no tomorrow in here. But not too bad for the birds because obviously it's well ventilated. But yeah, I just can't get them out for a fire, which is a bit of a pain. I don't really want to push them into those morning flights because that's when we get falcon harassed within like a couple of seconds of coming out. So, you know, I'll keep an eye on the weather radar, and hopefully we'll get some cooler days and we can get these birds out. But I will see you guys in the next video.